Welcome back to the Exposure History channel. Be sure to subscribe and like, so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. Howard Carter, assisted by an Egyptian colleague, carefully cleans the innermost coffin of Pharaoh Tutankhamun in 1925. The discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb in 1922 stunned the world with its extraordinary wealth of artifacts and its intact royal burial. Carter's meticulous excavation methods set new standards. In this photo, tools like tweezers and a magnifying glass are laid out as the team painstakingly removes ritual resins from the coffin's surface. Such images reveal the intense care taken to preserve ancient treasures, capturing the very moment modern observers first glimpsed the splendor of a long-lost Egyptian empire. Archaeologist Sir Leonard Woolley holds aloft a golden lapis bull's head lyre fragment, freshly unearthed from the royal cemetery at Ur around 1926. Woolley's excavations in Mesopotamia revealed the splendor of the Sumerian civilization, including the grave goods of Queen Puabi. In this image, his triumphant pose with the lyre's bullhead ornament beard of lapis lazuli still intact captures the thrill of discovering a 4,500-year-old artifact. Such finds from Ur offered a glimpse into the sophisticated artistry and funerary rituals of one of the world's earliest empires in ancient Iraq. Archaeologists and local workers exposed brick walls and drains at Mohenjo-daro in 1924, uncovering a lost Indus Valley city. This sprawling 4,000-year-old settlement was unknown until its rediscovery in the 1920s, when R.D. Banerjee and his colleagues began excavations in what is now Pakistan. The team systematically mapped streets, granaries, and the famous Great Bath, revealing an advanced urban design with sanitation systems and grid planning. The photo's quiet order, men patiently digging and brushing, belies its significance. They were confirming the existence of a civilization contemporaneous with Egypt and Mesopotamia, a discovery that revolutionized our understanding of ancient empires. French sinologist Paul Pelliot sits in 1908 amid towering stacks of ancient manuscripts inside the Library Cave, Cave 17 at Dunhuang. By flickering candlelight, he sifted through thousands of Silk Road scrolls dating from the 4th to the 11th centuries CE. This secret cache, hidden for centuries within the Mogao caves, contained religious texts, paintings, and documents in Chinese, Tibetan, and many other languages. Pelliot's tireless dedication, he reputedly read for 25 consecutive days inside the cave, helped preserve a millennium of cultural memory. The image of him literally entombed in books captures a powerful moment where East meets West in archaeology, a respectful inquiry that illuminated the enduring legacy of China's ancient empires. In 1912, explorer Hiram Bingham III stood beside his canvas tent overlooking Machu Picchu, the lost city of the Inca Empire. His 1911 expedition, guided by local Quechua farmers, had already drawn global attention, but this moment captured him cataloging finds in the misty Andean heights. Backed by Yale and National Geographic, Bingham blended daring adventure with scientific documentation, using photography and survey equipment to record temples, terraces, and sacred spaces. This image embodies the threshold where myth turned into history, a 15th century citadel revealed to the world, forever reshaping how the Americas were understood in archaeology and culture. In 1890, Victorian archaeologist Alfred P. Maudslay sat astride a mule at Quirigua, Guatemala, surrounded by dense rainforest and monumental Maya ruins. He was among the first to systematically apply photography to archaeology, preserving intricate stelae and zoomorphs with glass plate negatives and detailed plaster casts. His images captured fierce deities and glyphic inscriptions, ensuring knowledge survived beyond the jungles that had concealed them. This photograph, with Maudslay in his pith helmet dwarfed by nature's canopy, underscores the seriousness of his mission: to reveal to the world the grandeur of the Mayan Empire, hidden in silence for centuries within Central America. In 1873, Sophia Schliemann was famously photographed wearing the dazzling gold diadem and ornaments from Priam's treasure, unearthed at ancient Troy by her husband, Heinrich Schliemann. Draped in necklaces, pendants, and a tiara believed to be over 3,000 years old, she became the living embodiment of Homeric legend. Although the artifacts were later found to predate Priam by centuries, the dramatic staging captured imaginations worldwide, fueling fascination with the Trojan War. The photo symbolized both the allure and controversy of archaeology. A Bronze Age hoard, smuggled from Ottoman lands, immortalized in an image that blurred lines between scholarship and spectacle. Around 1900, Sir Arthur Evans stood proudly at Knossos, Crete, amid the partially rebuilt palace complex of the Minoan civilization. His excavations uncovered labyrinthine halls, throne rooms, and frescoed chambers of a Bronze Age society flourishing around 1700 BCE. In a controversial decision, Evans used reinforced concrete to reconstruct portions of the site, attempting to restore its original grandeur for modern eyes. While scholars still debate this approach, the photo reflects his vision: to bring myths of King Minos and the Minotaur into tangible form. His bold efforts advanced understanding of Minoan culture, placing it beside Egypt and Mesopotamia. In 1909, Gertrude Bell stood at Babylon, embodying rare authority as a female archaeologist in a male-dominated field. Beyond surveying ruins of the Neo-Babylonian Empire, she played a vital role in shaping Iraq's cultural future, later founding the Baghdad Archaeological Museum in 1926. Bell combined fieldwork with scholarship, publishing meticulous reports and lobbying for antiquities laws that curbed looting. Her respect for local traditions distinguished her approach, earning trust across communities. The photo captures her confidence and sense of duty. Not just an explorer, but a guardian of Mesopotamia's heritage, preserving sites like Babylon, Ur, and Nineveh for generations. Founded by Darius I in 518 BC, Persepolis became the monumental capital of the Achaemenid Persian Empire. Its carved staircases, immense columns, and stone guardians once proclaimed the glory of rulers who styled themselves King of Kings. At its height, the empire stretched from Egypt to India, but in 330 BC, Alexander the Great's army captured Persepolis and set it ablaze. Though much was reduced to charred rubble, intricate reliefs of tribute bearers and royal ceremonies still survive. Standing among its broken gates and blackened columns today is to witness both the triumph and the downfall of one of history's greatest empires. Rising from Ethiopia's northern highlands, the stone obelisks of Axum remain as enduring symbols of Africa's ancient power. Carved from single blocks of granite, the tallest surviving stela towers 23 meters high, its surface sculpted like a 9-story tower. An even greater fallen monolith, once 33 meters long, lies shattered, the largest known stone humans ever attempted to raise. These monuments mark the tombs of Aksumite kings, rulers of a cosmopolitan empire that controlled trade routes between Africa, Arabia, and the Greco-Roman world. By the 4th century AD, Aksum embraced Christianity, but centuries later, its political power faded, leaving granite giants to guard its memory. The Silla kingdom of ancient Korea, flourishing from the 1st century BC to the 7th century AD, earned renown as the Kingdom of Gold Crowns. Excavations in Gyeongju revealed treasures sealed in royal tombs for over 1,500 years. Delicate crowns, belts, and jewelry crafted from hammered gold and adorned with jade. One crown, too fragile for daily wear, was made purely for ceremonial burial, its tree-like prongs and dangling ornaments echoing steppe and Silk Road motifs. Finds of Roman coins and exotic beads confirm Silla's far-reaching connections, linking this golden Korean kingdom to the vast trade networks of Eurasia's great civilizations. In Osaka, the colossal Daisen Kofun looms like a green island of mystery, the largest burial mound in Japan, believed to hold Emperor Nintoku, 4th century AD. Shaped like a massive keyhole when seen from above, it stretches nearly half a kilometer and required millions of cubic meters of earth to build. Encircled by moats and ramparts, the tomb reflects the might of the Yamato dynasty, rulers who unified early Japan. Yet its interior remains sealed. The imperial household forbids excavation, guarding it as sacred ground. What treasures and regalia lie within remain unknown, a tantalizing secret of Japan's ancient emperors. At Hattusa in central Turkey, two massive stone lions still guard a gate to a city once the capital of the Hittite Empire circa 1600 to 1200 BC. Behind them stretched a Bronze Age superpower rivaling New Kingdom Egypt. Palaces, temples, and archives earned it the name City of 1,000 Gods. Excavations in 1906 uncovered cuneiform archives, including the Treaty of Kadesh, a peace accord between Hattusili III and Ramses II, the earliest known international treaty. Once dismissed as myth, Hattusa's rediscovery confirmed the Hittites' vast influence. Its ruined walls and gates remain proud sentinels of a long-forgotten empire's power and diplomacy. On a windswept hill in southeastern Turkey stands Göbekli Tepe, the world's oldest known monumental temple complex, dating back over 11,000 years. Long before pottery, writing, or farming, nomadic hunter-gatherers erected vast T-shaped pillars weighing up to 20 tons, arranging them in circular sanctuaries. The stones are carved with animals, lions, vultures, snakes, and spiders, creating a sacred bestiary in stone. This site overturned the belief that religion followed agriculture. Instead, its construction may have spurred farming, as communities gathered to sustain the builders. Around 8000 BC, it was deliberately buried, preserving it until rediscovered in the 1990s, rewriting humanity's earliest chapter of civilization. Long before the Inca, the Supi Valley of Peru hosted Caral, the oldest known city in the Americas, founded around 2600 BC. Rising from the desert, 6 massive pyramidal mounds dominate the sacred city, arranged around sunken plazas. The largest, Pyramid Mayor, stands 18 meters tall, its broad staircase leading into the heart of ritual space. Excavations revealed quipas, knotted cords for record-keeping, alongside bone flutes, suggesting a society that valued trade, music, and ceremony over warfare, since no weapons were found. Contemporary with Egypt's pyramids, Caral thrived through agriculture and exchange before its abandonment by 1800 BC, leaving an intact cradle of Andean civilization. In the fertile floodplains of the Mississippi, the city of Cahokia flourished around 1100 AD as the largest settlement north of Mexico. At its heart rose Monk's Mound, a colossal earth pyramid built basket by basket from millions of cubic feet of soil. Surrounding it stretched vast plazas and smaller temple mounds, home to powerful priest kings who ruled a bustling metropolis of perhaps 20,000 people. The Cahokians aligned timber circles, wood henges, to mark solstices, tracked trade networks reaching distant coasts, and even practiced ritual sacrifice. By 1350 AD, the city was mysteriously abandoned, but its mounds endure as monuments to a forgotten American empire. The Olmec colossal heads of Mexico, carved between 1200 and 400 BC, remain among the most enigmatic works of ancient art. These massive basalt sculptures, some 3 meters tall and weighing up to 40 tons, were transported from distant quarries and shaped into the visages of powerful rulers. Each head bears unique features and elaborate headdresses, likely representing individual kings. The Olmec are often called the mother culture of Mesoamerica, pioneers of ball games, sacrifice rituals, and early writing. Though their names are lost, the stone heads, once brightly painted, still gaze across the jungles, eternal symbols of authority and the dawn of Mesoamerican civilization. Along Peru's northern coast, the Moche culture, 100 to 800 AD, raised vast adobe pyramids such as the Huaca del Sol, built from millions of bricks. Their murals depict gods and human sacrifices, while ceramics show warriors, priests, and mythical beasts in vivid detail. In 1987, archaeologists uncovered the Lord of Sipan, a warrior priest buried around 250 AD with dazzling treasures, gold and silver ornaments, peanut-shaped necklaces symbolizing life and death, turquoise ear spools, and sacrificed retainers placed to serve him in eternity. This find, often called the Tutankhamun of the Americas, revealed a society without writing but rich in artistry, ritual, and divine kingship. In the Sudanese desert, the pyramids of Meroë mark the royal capital of the Kingdom of Kush, a civilization that once rivaled and even ruled Egypt. Between the 8th century BC and 4th century AD, Kushite kings, known as the Black Pharaohs, built over 200 pyramids with steep angles and small chapels. Their tombs blended Egyptian gods with uniquely African artifacts, reflecting a fusion of traditions. The Kushites mastered ironworking and commanded vast trade networks, yet by the 4th century AD, their power waned to the rising Aksumite kingdom. Today, the sharp silhouettes of Meroë's pyramids stand in silent witness to Africa's forgotten empire. In the valleys of Nigeria, the Nok culture, 1500 BC 500 AD, produced terracotta sculptures that are among Africa's earliest known artworks. First discovered by miners in the 1940s, these clay figures depict humans and animals with stylized features, triangular eyes, elaborate hairstyles, and expressive poses. The Nok were skilled ironworkers with evidence of furnaces and tools showing they pioneered metallurgy in sub-Saharan Africa. Yet little is known of their language, society, or fate. Were these statues portraits, ancestors, or sacred guardians? The Nok vanished mysteriously, leaving behind only these haunting terracottas, enigmatic messengers from an Iron Age civilization lost to time. In the cliffs of the American Southwest, the ancestral Puebloans built remarkable dwellings that cling to canyon walls. At Mesa Verde in Colorado, villages such as Cliff Palace feature over 150 rooms and ceremonial kivas beneath vast rock overhangs. Between the 6th and 13th centuries AD, Puebloan peoples developed from pit houses to sophisticated stone complexes, cultivating maize and crafting intricate pottery. In Chaco Canyon, they constructed great houses aligned with celestial events, revealing advanced planning and astronomy. By 1300 AD, drought and upheaval forced migration, but their descendants survive among today's Hopi and Zuni. The empty cliff palaces remain timeless monuments of resilience. The Scythians, 700 to 300 BC, horse lords of the Eurasian steppes, left no cities yet forged a mobile empire of wealth and gold. Their burial mounds revealed exquisite treasures, a golden comb of warriors, stag ornaments, and even tattooed remains preserved in Siberian ice. Fierce archers and traders, they linked east and west, carrying silk, Greek pottery, and Persian jewels. Though their power faded by 300 BC, their artistry and legacy endure. The Etruscans, 800 to 300 BC, of central Italy, shaped Rome's foundations with their art, rituals, and architecture. Their painted tombs at Tarquinia depict banquets, dancers, and afterlife visions, while the sarcophagus of the spouses shows men and women reclining as equals, scandalous to Greeks. Masters of metalwork and trade, they left jewelry, pottery, and chariots for the dead. Rome absorbed their cities, yet arches, rituals, and even Roma itself echo their lasting influence. Hidden beneath Cambodian jungle, Angkor was once the vast capital of the Khmer Empire. Angkor Wat, the world's largest religious monument, symbolized its grandeur. An 1866 photograph revealed the temples smothered in vines, igniting fascination with this forgotten city. At its height, Angkor was the world's biggest pre-industrial metropolis. Its rediscovery unveiled a civilization of kings, canals, and temples that still captivates archaeologists and travelers alike with its haunting beauty. The Srivijaya Empire, 7th to 13th century, once master of Southeast Asia's seas, controlled the Straits of Malacca and thrived on global trade. Its wooden cities have vanished into Sumatra's jungles, but divers uncover Buddhist statues, coins, and glittering gold from the Musi River. Chronicled by foreign visitors yet nearly erased on land, Srivijaya survives as legend, an island of gold empire whose power remains veiled in water and mystery. In Vietnam's My Son Valley, red brick towers rise as relics of Champa's Hindu kings, 4th to 14th century. Over 70 temples dedicated to Shiva once glowed with chants and incense. Rediscovered by French scholars, My Son was later scarred by bombings during the Vietnam War. Yet its intricate carvings and ruined sanctuaries still whisper of a seafaring civilization that fused Indian religion with local artistry, then faded into jungle mists. The Sogdians of Central Asia thrived as Silk Road merchants rather than empire builders. In Samarkand's Afrasiab ruins, a vivid 7th century mural, the Ambassador's Hall, shows envoys from China, India, Byzantium, and Persia honoring a Sogdian king. Their wealthy city-states linked east and west with trade, language, and religion. Though their culture vanished under conquest, rare art like this fresco preserves the cosmopolitan world they once ruled through commerce and diplomacy. In Central Asia's deserts, archaeologists uncovered the Oxus civilization, Bactria Margiana complex, 2000 BC. This Bronze Age kingdom built fortified cities and crafted exquisite artifacts, including alabaster Bactrian princess figurines. Their trade networks carried gold, lapis lazuli, and ornaments to Mesopotamia and the Indus Valley. Forgotten until Soviet excavations, the Oxus reveals an advanced society of artisans and traders whose influence reached far beyond their desert strongholds, reshaping early Central Asian history. The Lapita people, sailing into the Pacific around 1500 BC, left a trail marked by their distinctive red-speckled pottery. Found from New Caledonia to Tonga, the intricately stamped designs reveal a seafaring culture spreading across 4,000 kilometers. Ancestors of today's Polynesians, they pioneered navigation, farming, and settlement of remote islands. Each shard of Lapita pottery is a fingerprint of epic voyages that carried humans into the Pacific's farthest reaches. On Micronesia's Pohnpei Island lies Nan Madol, a mysterious city of stone built on coral reefs. By 1200 AD, the Sodalur dynasty raised temples and tombs on 90 artificial islets linked by canals, earning it the title Venice of the Pacific. Constructed from basalt blocks weighing up to 50 tons, its origins remain enigmatic. Abandoned by the 18th century, Nan Madol's ruins stand as a haunting maritime monument. Unearthed in Denmark in 1891, the Gundestrup Cauldron is a massive silver vessel from 2,000 years ago. Its panels depict gods, animals, and rituals, including a horned figure believed to be Cernunnos. Blending Celtic and Thracian artistry, it reflects elite feasting and mystic ceremony. As the largest Iron Age cauldron found in Europe, it offers a rare, dazzling window into Celtic spirituality and myth, a culture without written records. Discovered in 1908 on Crete, the Phaistos Disc remains one of archaeology's great mysteries. The 3,500-year-old clay disc is stamped with 241 spiral symbols, a script still undeciphered. Scholars have debated whether it represents a hymn, a calendar, or a legal decree. Unlike frescoes or palaces, this cryptic artifact reveals a hidden facet of Minoan life, one that still defies translation, guarding the secrets of a lost Bronze Age civilization. In 1949, villagers in Bulgaria unearthed the Panagurishte treasure, 9 solid gold vessels from the 4th century BC. Weighing over 6 kilograms, the ornate rhytons and amphora are adorned with Thracian myths, Greek heroes, and divine animals. Likely belonging to a Thracian king, they display opulence rivaling Greece itself. This spectacular discovery revealed the artistry and wealth of Thracian civilization, long overshadowed in history, yet dazzling in its golden legacy. Discovered in 1897, the Lady of Elche is a limestone bust of a noblewoman or priestess from 4th century BC Iberia. With intricate headdress coils and heavy jewelry, she reflects both local artistry and foreign influence, possibly linked to the Carthaginian goddess Tanit. A cavity in the back suggests funerary use. Her refined gaze captures the sophistication of the pre-Roman Iberians, whose lost language endures only through their haunting, exquisite art. The Indus Valley Civilization, 2600 to 1900 BC, built advanced cities like Mohenjo-daro with brick houses, grids, and drainage systems. Excavations revealed the Great Bath, mysterious seals, and the famed bronze dancing girl, only 11 centimeters tall, yet brimming with confidence. Though their script remains undeciphered, Harappan art and urban planning reveal an orderly, thriving society. Forgotten until rediscovery in the 1920s, the Harappans remain one of history's great enigmatic civilizations. The Achaemenid Empire left two enduring symbols, the Cyrus cylinder and Persepolis. The clay cylinder, unearthed in Babylon, proclaims tolerance and return for exiles, hailed as the first charter of human rights. Meanwhile, Persepolis's monumental reliefs of tribute bearers showcased imperial grandeur until Alexander burned it in 330 BC. Together, the humble cylinder and charred palaces embody Persia's blend of enlightened propaganda, power, and tragedy, revealing the vast reach of Cyrus and his successors. The Assyrians ruled Mesopotamia with military might and artistic power. Their palaces at Nineveh and Nimrud held colossal lamassu, winged bulls with human heads, guarding gates for millennia. Stone reliefs show kings lion hunting or leading conquests, propaganda of power. Excavations uncovered Ashurbanipal's vast library, including the Epic of Gilgamesh. Through these statues, reliefs, and texts, the Assyrians' voices return, war cries, rituals, and literature carved in stone and clay. Legends crown Yumbu Lakang as Tibet's first palace, perched above the plateau's windswept mountains. By the 7th century AD, the Tibetan Empire rivaled Tang China under Songtsen Gampo. Excavations at Chongye reveal tombs with sacrifices and treasures, while manuscripts at Dunhuang preserve Tibetan annals. These finds unveil a civilization of warrior kings, myth, and faith. Ancient fortresses and inscriptions whisper of Tibet's early power, isolated yet commanding the roof of the world. South of Egypt, the Kushite kings forged an African empire centered at Meroë. Around 730 BC, they conquered Egypt, ruling as the 25th dynasty, Black Pharaohs. Even after Assyrian defeat, Meroë thrived with temples, pyramids, and gold-filled tombs. A statue of King Taharka, adorned with a cobra crown, symbolizes their fusion of Nubian and Egyptian power. Though their script remains undeciphered, Meroë's steep pyramids endure under Sudan's sun, testimony to Kushite grandeur. In Ethiopia's highlands, Aksum stone obelisks rise as tomb markers of kings. One fallen stele once stood over 30 meters tall, the world's largest quarried stone. From the 1st to 7th centuries AD, Aksum thrived on trade, minted coins, and ranked among the world's great empires. Inscriptions celebrate King Ezana's conversion to Christianity. These monumental stelae, adorned with carved windows, remain striking symbols of Africa's enduring imperial and cultural legacy. At Hattusa, capital of the Hittites, stone lions still guard the city gates. Excavations revealed archives of cuneiform tablets, including the Treaty of Kadesh with Egypt, the world's earliest peace accord. Known as a thousand-god people, the Hittites mastered iron and carved sanctuaries like Yazilikaya. Though their empire collapsed suddenly around 1200 BC, Hattusa's monumental walls, gates, and inscriptions remain a powerful testament to this once mighty Anatolian empire. In Myanmar, the temple-strewn plains of Bagan preserve over 2,000 Buddhist monuments built between the 11th and 13th centuries AD. Stupas, shrines, and monasteries rose as pagans' kings turned their capital into a religious hub. Though Mongols ended its power in 1287, Bagan's temples endured. Today, hot air balloons drift at sunrise above gilded spires, revealing a breathtaking landscape, an archaeological wonderland of devotion, learning, and faith on the Irrawaddy River. In 1987, the untouched tomb of the Lord of Sipan was uncovered in Peru, a discovery likened to Tutankhamun. Buried with golden masks, peanut-shaped necklaces, turquoise ornaments, and human sacrifices, the Moche ruler embodied power and divine rule. Flourishing on Peru's north coast, 100 to 800 AD, the Moche built adobe pyramids and irrigation canals. Their vivid ceramics and murals narrate warriors, gods, and rituals, artifacts that tell the story their unwritten language cannot. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on anything.